Hello, everyone. My name is Dr. Musa Runde, and I will be taking you in this class. We are going to consider online facilitation. I used to think that online facilitation is just like our traditional method of teaching in class, but this time around we use digital devices with internet and stream our teaching from our various locations while the participants are in different locations. Until when I took a class on online facilitation, my perception has changed. Perhaps you also may be having the same perception as mine when it comes to what online facilitation is all about. Now, today, we are going to look at extensively what online facilitation is. And before then, let's quickly look at our objectives. Now, at the end of this class, you are expected to highlight the role of a facilitator, and you should be able to mention 3 categories of facilitation. And you should be able to set a Zoom meeting and navigate through at least 4 features of the Zoom application. Now, before we move on, let's take a definition of facilitation. Facilitation, by definition, and according to experts, is a technique used by trainers to help learners acquire, retain, and apply knowledge and skills. Participants are introduced to the contents and then ask questions while the trainer coordinates the discussion, takes steps to enhance the experience for the learners, and give suggestions. What the facilitators do not do is that they do not do the work of the group or do the work for the group, but instead they guide the learners toward a specific learning outcome. Now let's look at various types of facilitation. There are 3 types of facilitation. We have the virtual facilitation, the asynchronous facilitation, and the face-to-face facilitation. The virtual facilitation, in this case, the interaction between the trainer and the participant takes place at the same time, but in different locations. Just as you know, your trainer will be in one position, in one location, and you may be at the comfort of your zone, still connecting with your trainer, and the interaction has to take place at the same time. Then we have the asynchronous facilitation, as we mentioned earlier. In this situation, the learning takes place at different time and at different location. The facilitator sends the content to the learners access the content, go through the content, study it, and send feedback. So in this case, they do not receive feedback from the facilitator instantly. Then we have the face-to-face facilitation. This is just like our traditional classroom, where the trainer will sit in front and teach, or the trainer will interact with the facilitator, with the learners in a traditional classroom. In this case, also, digital devices can be used. For example, if a facilitator wants a response from trainers, what the trainers can do is to reply to the facilitators using the digital equipment at their disposal in class. Talking about digital equipment, let us also consider some digital equipment that are useful for online facilitation. We have the desktop, laptops, Android phones, camera, teleprompter, microphone, and then we have the writing pad. Another important requirement for facilitation is the learning management system. This is an application that allows interaction between learners and the trainers. It's a platform, usually, that is installed in your device. There are different types of learning management system, but the most common ones are the Moodle, the OpenAGX, the Blackboard Learn, the Schoology, the Decibel learning management system, the Talent learning management system, the iSpring Learn, and the eFront. Now, on the learning management system, there are certain tools that are required to facilitate your interaction facilitate interaction between the learner and the trainer. For example, you use the Zoom, you can use the House Space, you have the Google Meet, you have Teams, and you can also use the WebEx. Now, for this purpose of this facilitation or class, we are going to look at the features of Zoom. But before then, I would like, you have been using Zoom, I believe. So can you mention 5 features of Zoom and their uses? Do this and get back to watching the video after 10 minutes. Can you check yourself and see that the features you have mentioned or you have listed, they appear on the board? Or do you have other features that you have listed and they are not contained on the board here? Then save them. When we come tomorrow, we are going to discuss. But before then, let us give a brief explanation and the uses of these features. Excuse me. Number one, we have the HD video and audio. And this is the feature of the Zoom that allow quality streaming of video and audio, which gives participants great picture quality. In some cases, if you have problem with your network, you will be advised to deactivate your video and the streaming will be enhanced. However, for best practice, you are expected to mute your audio until when you are given the floor by the speaker to make your contribution or to speak. Then we have the participant camera. Usually when you want to join the meeting, a permission will be required from you, to either allow the use of computer or your device camera. And the camera will be used to display video for other participants in the meeting to see. Now let's look at how it looks immediately you click on joining the meeting. Now you'll be asked to either join by phone or join by computer or call me. Then on that, you will see a join audio by computer requesting you to join the audio by your computer device. You can also carry out an audio conferencing only. Now, what you need to do is to mute to deactivate the video and continue to use the audio and other features of the Zoom. One unique feature of the Zoom is that it allows cross-platform messaging, meaning somebody who is using desktop and somebody who is using laptop, irrespective of the brand, and somebody who is using Android can still interact. And this is because all the versions of the Zoom are designed in such a way to support cross-platform communication. Now, on the Zoom scheduling, if you want to schedule a meeting, all you need to do is to click on the Zoom app that you have on your system. Then it will display this page to you. You go to schedule a meeting. A person who schedules a meeting is usually the host. Link will be generated automatically and be shared to the participant. However, in some instances, the host can be changed using the setting. Then this is what you see immediately you click on the scheduled meeting. Now on the scheduled meeting, you will be asked to set the time and the duration of your your meeting. Then meeting ID can be generated automatically. Then if you so wish, you can ask the app to generate a password for you automatically. Then on the use of video, you may be asked either to allow the host video and the participant video, or you can deactivate automatically as default the participant video. Then you can go ahead and schedule your meeting. We have what is called the waiting room. Now, in the waiting room, this feature allows or denies direct access of the participant into the Zoom room. In this case, the host or the person who sets the meeting has the opportunity or the privilege to choose who enters the Zoom meeting room. Participants can also be directed. Now, using this application or using this feature, the Zoom is able to screen the participants that will be allowed into the meeting room. Immediately you click to join the meeting, a page will be displayed telling you that please wait, the meeting host will let you in soon. Don't feel that something is wrong with the meeting or something is wrong with your access, but just wait, you will definitely be directed. For you to be able to do that, there are certain steps that you must follow. But number one is that make sure that your system has the capacity to, use that feature. For example, if you're using a desktop client, if you are a Zoom desktop client, so to say, you can use Windows that is 5.4 or higher version, or you can use Linux 5.4 or higher version. And if you are a Zoom mobile app, client, these are the specifications of the of what you need. Then from there, you can click on participants. If you are, but make sure that you are a license holder of that application. But if you are not a license holder, only a host can also do that. But the process differs from when you are a license holder. For the license holder's account, to be able to enable the use of enabling waiting rooms in your Zoom account, first you sign into your account in the Zoom web portal and access the settings tab. After you have accessed the setting tab, click on the in meeting, which is an advanced option. Then you search or scroll to find the waiting room. Then you toggle the button next to the waiting room to enable this feature. After enabling the waiting room feature, you can choose to send participants to the waiting room when they join, or to send only guest participants, meaning those that are not registered members on the Zoom application. Then you can also allow other internal participants to admit guests from the waiting room if the host is not yet in the meeting. Let's say you are the host. What you need to do from scheduling a meeting or starting your meeting, you can click on security. We're going to demonstrate this during the in-class. Then you click on enable waiting room. Then you can choose to send all participants to the waiting room because you want to screen them. They are here before, they have been in the Zoom room before you arrive. So you can decide to send them away and then begin to screen them back into the Zoom room. Then you may decide to direct individual participants, or you may decide to, direct them as a group. Another interesting feature of the Zoom application is the virtual background. On the virtual background, the participant can choose a background. For example, what I'm using is a virtual background. I am recording this video from my office using Zoom application, but you can see the virtual background that is displaying is a beach. So you can use the virtual background in order to block maybe unprofessional background, or you can use it to spark conversation by having a funny or creative background around you. To do that, you have to click on the Zoom app, go to settings, click on background settings, then select virtual background of your interest. Another feature is the instant messaging. It permits the use of instant messaging within the app and in meetings. Now, in that, it allows the participant to communicate among themselves without interrupting the presenter. That is another very good feature of the Zoom application. You can also share your screen. You can choose to share your screen using this Zoom application. In this case, whatever you have opened it on your screen, you can choose to share it. Just click on share screen. It will take you to your screen and you select the file that you so wish to share. We are going to demonstrate that to you also, don't worry. Then we also have the virtual hand raising. If you want to call the attention of the speaker, you use the virtual hand raising and the speaker will give you the permission instead of you just jumping in to speak without getting the permission. This feature allows the speaker to control who should speak and then who should make contribution during the presentation. To do this, all you need to do is to click on reaction, and then you will see the virtual features there. You can even clap, you can give a thumbs up, you can smile, or you can show your love to the speaker. And then you can decide to raise a hand and calling the attention of the speaker, and you will be given chance to speak. Another feature of the Zoom is the enabling polling. During meetings, the host can create a poll and allow the participant to vote. From there, you'll be able to know the opinions, percentage opinions of your participants. Then it also enables the creation of single choice or multiple choice questions. You can do that in order to assess the assimilation of your participants. Then you have the breakout rooms. This is used in order to manage large crowd of participants. You break them into smaller classes and you give them tasks to handle according to their number or according to the classes. You have the privilege of assigning each participant to whatever class. And once you start the breakout rooms, the participant will see the class you have assigned to him or to her. For example, here we have joining breakout rooms, breakout room 1. So the participant will belong to breakout room 1 if he clicks on this. In conclusion, we have talked a little bit about what facilitation is, and we say that it's a technique used by facilitators to help learners acquire, retain, and apply knowledge and skills. Now, for effective facilitation, we also say that you require learning management system, such as the module, OpenEDX, and so many of them. Thank you for good listening.